Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Add That to the List. I finally got it right. Um,
Wow, I'm so proud.
yeah, the reason it hasn't been on podcast services is because SoundCloud only gave me 3 free uploads. So yeah.
Oh, no way. I didn't even
So
know that.
so here we are. Just doing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Self-made people.
Wow.
Anyways, it's not really a big week, so I figured we'd do some catch-up stuff. And I made Sam venture more into Walking Dead with me.
Yes, you did.
So what do we want to start with? Do we want to start with Violent Night? Or do
Yeah,
we...
let's get the Christmassy things out of the way. Now that
Yeah, because
Christmas
it's
is over, it's Kwanzaa today. So happy Kwanzaa.
fun. Okay. All right, you want to start?
Why
Because
do
I don't
I
have
have to
many,
start?
because I don't have many thoughts on it.
I don't either. And it was fun. I like big sexy Santa.
See, I thought it was like better than I thought it would be. Like it has no right being like as decent as it is.
I was a little worried at first when it started because I was like, "Ooh, this okay," but then it got better.
See, I
So,
thought it was way better than my worry of it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I thought it would be like a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's why
No,
I
it was pretty
waited
good
so long.
actually. What
That's
what are
why
people calling it? Like Die Hard for Christmas or something?
it's Die Hard and Home Alone. Straight up,
Yeah.
it's straight up
In
Home
a
Alone.
in a Christmas movie.
Um, the best part was probably when he gets the hammer.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. I was
Um,
like, shit, Santa.
everybody was kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
No, like straight up pieces of shit. Like I did not want him to save any of them. I was like,
Me
they can.
neither.
I was kind of like, they can all go. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
Um, David Harbour is like, my opinion, like the most genius choice to play Santa Claus ever.
Absolutely.
I think he really works, and he's the only reason this movie did anything. He's the only reason this
Yeah,
movie happened.
I agree. He's a big
Um,
old sexy Santa.
he's a daddy.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely.
This is where Hopper went at the end of season 3.
Yeah, he didn't go to Russia actually. He was just Santa Claus for a while.
Yeah, they just made him Santa.
Yeah, he was Santa for a hot sec. Then he came back.
Um, it's probably the best. It's probably a better. He's probably a better Santa than Tim Allen's the Santa Claus.
Whoa.
I hate to say it.
That was so brave of you.
As you
I
can't
cannot
tell,
believe.
as you can't tell, I don't really have much to say on this movie, and I'm kind of operating on 30% today.
Same. It's the day after Christmas, man.
I even worked, so
Yeah,
kind of whack.
I didn't. I sat and played my Switch all day because my homie got me a Switch.
Yeah, I got a Steam Deck.
So, yeah.
I love how he was so mad about buying people video games, getting people video games, and thought everybody was a fucking brat for it.
Yeah, that
And
was
here we are.
fun.
Here we are. Like, look at our new console.
Yeah, look at my little Switch. It's so cute. You guys can't see it, but just pretend that you can. It's blue.
This is the week I decided to
Wow,
make it a visual podcast.
really?
Yeah,
With my squishmallow sitting here, Duke.
yeah. This is the week I decided.
Should I describe this in case if you don't?
No,
I'm sitting with
don't
I'm gonna
describe
do
it.
it. My I'm gonna do it. I'm sitting with my squishmallow. He is a dragon and his name is Duke. He wanted to join. You're welcome.
If I don't make this a visual medium, I was clapping.
No, you weren't. Don't lie like that.
That's the joke.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Um, it's kind of really it on Violent Night. It really wasn't that anything
Yeah, it
special.
was fine. It was a Christmas movie and it was what it needed to be.
Well, this is the part of the podcast that I'm sure everybody wants to listen to, but I'm now calling
Mm.
Dogs, Not Wolves.
Oh,
LOL.
nice. Dogs Not Wolves, LOL. I love that.
This when all the dogs, not the wolves, come in and listen to me
Hmm.
talk about Walking Dead again. Because I'm the Walking
That's
Dead guy.
amazing. Yeah, it's Dogs Not Wolves.
We watched the first 5 episodes of season 9.
Hmm.
Sam has never seen anything past season 8.
Yeah,
So
I
this was
hopped
a
on
big
for the
thing for you.
first. Yeah, it was weird because the last thing I really remember is like all that shit with Daryl and Eugene and Carl dying, and that's it. I don't remember anything else.
You know, Carl dying actually is a better episode than I remember. It's definitely not like good, but it's definitely
It's definitely
better.
not good. Yeah,
Um,
it was
basic
weird.
My thing with it is it definitely feels like
Mm.
a different show.
Yeah.
And it gets weird because I went past that, the episodes we
Hmm.
watched. And then immediately 5 episodes later, it feels like a drastically different show again.
Do they do another time jump
Yeah, it's an eight
after
year
the 5 episodes?
yeah, it's an 8 year jump. The 8 year
Then
jump
you say it was six.
is in episode 5.
Isn't it 6 years?
Oh yeah, it's 6 years. The 6 year jump is in
Yeah.
episode 5. It's at the end with Judith.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do that. That's the jump.
Yeah. It was weird. You get to the point in the show where you're like, okay, yes, they have to start rebuilding and yada, yada, yada. Like, there comes a point, right? And then once you see it, it's like, like, this is weird.
Like they kind of dig them. They really like the Negan story end, and it really feels like the end.
Mm,
And then they just keep going. And then Rick leaves, and I'm like, oh, this feels like an end. And then it
yeah.
keeps going.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, but these whispers are really cool. Because I
Yeah,
sent
I
you
didn't
that
get that
clip.
far, but yeah, that clip was cool.
Um,
I don't know.
let's break down a little bit what we saw. But mostly like
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like the only like real meat here is episode 5. The one where Rick leaves.
Hmm.
Because low key, it's an episode for Rick to. It's an episode of like cleaning house because Rick leaves and Maggie leaves, but Maggie leaves and you don't realize Maggie leaves, and you won't know Maggie left because you didn't
No.
continue.
Yeah. I have no idea.
She's just not there.
I thought, can I say something about episode 5? I thought it was really weird the like smorgasbord of dead people that Rick was seeing. Like I get it, but also I feel like there are other people I would have chosen,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
like
I'm
Carl being one of
fine.
them, but I understand. Hmm.
I'm fine with 2 of them. The other one I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get. So I'm fine with Shane.
Yeah.
I'm fine
And
with
Herschel?
Herschel because those were 2 defining people at for him in the
Right.
apocalypse. But that third one should not have been Sasha whatsoever. Sasha had
No,
no
that made no
business being
sense.
there. You want to know why? They probably
I was
couldn't.
like, oh,
They probably realized they burnt their
yeah.
bridge with Chandler and went, "Who do we get? Who else to find Rick?" It
I
wasn't Sasha. They barely spoke.
I
As somebody
know.
who
That's my
binged the
thing with it.
entire thing up to this point, they don't really
Yeah,
switch.
they don't. Yeah, no.
And she goes on a
There are so many
tear.
other people.
She goes on a tear of losing lovers for 2 seasons
Yeah.
because she
I don't
dates
know.
the alcoholic man. And
I don't
then
remember.
he's the one who gets eaten. They ate his leg, but he was already bit. And then Abraham dies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
So she goes on like a tear for 2 seasons to over dead lovers, and then she just kind of dies. Her death is really sad. It's a good episode for sure. It's the finale of
Mm.
season 7. I don't like I kind of want to retract. No, I don't really want to retract what I said in my videos, but I think season 7 was definitely a lot better than I remembered, but probably not like it probably is just as bad as I made it in my video though.
Okay.
But I like I've watched the video. I feel like I'm being nicer than I my opinion was,
Mm.
but my opinion is the same as it is in the video.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to what we were saying.
Yeah. Let's circle back.
Um, I guess we should. I guess we'll just talk through all three and about why we didn't like them.
Okay. I
All
mean,
three
I
cameos.
I didn't mind them. I just thought Sasha was weird. Like, what was Glenn up to? Like, what? You know what I mean?
I think Stephen Yoon is too busy at this
I think
point.
he's too busy.
I think he was already too busy at
I
this point.
He's probably too busy, which is totally understandable. I just would not have chosen Sasha
It definitely should have been Glenn or Carl.
or Carl or somebody at like, I don't know. I feel like she did not have an impact whatsoever other than she was in his life for like a couple years and then died.
See, here's what I think. I think that
Mm.
like the show, the cameos start really strong and then go downhill
They do. They
until you're
do
like,
because you start
what
off
is
with
this?
Shane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it
I
was
th-
at first I was like, "Oh shit. Hey King." And then I
and
was
the
like,
way they
"Oh."
do that one is really good because I think the last time you see him is when he goes to like they're in the car and it transitions into the
Mhm.
zombie and it transitions perfectly.
Yeah, it's
The
pretty
jump
good.
scare, it's like there's a lot of
Mhm.
tension.
Yeah.
Um the Herschel one is really nice too. I think they're kind of on the same level.
Yeah, I think the Herschel one is also nice. I thought it
I
was quirky. I thought it was cute.
I think if you're gonna do the cameos and you can't get Glenn or you can't get Carl, you just don't do the third one.
I know. I was also thinking about that. I'm like, why would you just like not do a third one? I would
They
just like
really
maybe flip back and forth. I don't know.
they really wanted the shot of him over the dead people he's lost.
Yeah.
It should have been Lori,
I was also thinking about that.
but they burnt her bridge too. And also he's with Michonne at this point,
Yeah.
so it would have been weird. It should have either
Yeah,
been
yeah.
Carl or it should have been Glenn.
Glenn. Yeah. I think so too.
Um what's it the whole like first 5 episodes is really like the Walking Dead Civil War.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that because it's like Maggie and Daryl versus like Michonne and Rick.
And Rick. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And it's about like whether Negan should live. And that's pretty interesting because like even Rick's like, some days I wake up and I'm just like, what if I went in there and just shot him in the face?
Yeah.
Like, would that make it easier?
I actually thought
But
it
the
was really interesting when Maggie went in there.
See, I did too, but I also thought it was really interesting. I thought it was more interesting when he's in the pit with Daryl and they're
Mhm.
talking about how like he's like I'm doing it for Carl. Like if he dies, Carl's dream dies.
Yeah.
Like he's admitting that's the only reason he lived.
Yeah.
And Daryl's like, you gotta let him go. Like you're chasing a dream that doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah. And like he's
And
not the only one that should have a say. I think it was
I
also part of that whole thing.
well, I think a payoff of the show that nobody talks about is you kind of do get it just without Rick. Like,
Mm,
you've heard Negan is redeemed by the end of the show.
yeah.
And that's why I talk about my other video, but like everybody's really shitting on me because people like Negan a lot, and I think there shouldn't be another show.
Oh, the spinoff with him and Maggie.
Yeah. You get
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
it's weird, but I
you didn't finish it.
sorry.
Don't I wouldn't do it.
I don't
I wouldn't say it
I
because
don't
you'll
I
get
don't
me.
have I'm gonna let me finish. Oh my God.
I don't know if I'd
I
finish your thought.
I'm gonna finish my thought. I don't have the context to go along with it, but I feel like the dynamic is probably a little weird, but I don't have the context. So if I ever finish the show one day, I will let y'all know.
Um, but you kind of get the dream. Like you get the ultimate payoff of that
Mm,
because they ultimately chose to let Negan live. Um, I also get to see Rick actually be a dad. Like you can kind of tell they're wrapping him up, like in episode
yeah,
3.
with him and Michonne and Judith, like their little family days they have.
They had several of those.
Yeah, it was cute, but
You want to know what's weird though? I think there's a lot of wasted potential in those 5 episodes because we only get one scene with Rick and Negan.
yeah,
I think there was a lot to do there that they didn't do. They could have easily spent a while talking about. They could have had a whole thing of them talking about Carl.
yeah.
You know, I don't even think season 9 is bad yet. I'm 10 episodes in,
Yet. How many episodes are in the season?
16. So I'm like
Oh,
I'm
okay.
deep enough where I could probably say I don't think it's that bad yet. I mean, what
Yeah,
is it really going to go that downhill from here again? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't
Um,
know.
I remember they try to really put Daryl in a Rick position when it turns of the villain.
Oh, really?
Like Daryl goes to like reason with her. It's
That's
strange.
weird. Weird vibes.
What do you think of his beard? What do you think of the look? What do you think of the new Rick Grimes?
Oh, I was so happy about it. Rick Grimes does not exist without his beard. And it was there and it was beautiful.
With the short hair.
Yeah, I like the long hair better personally, but the short hair was a vibe.
You want to know what I think is weird though?
Hmm.
They made him look severely old for him to come back in the finale and look 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Because you've seen that clip when he comes back. He looks
Yes,
like
I
10
have.
years. He
Yeah.
he looks 10 years younger because his hair's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of weird vibes, but
But I do think like if you had ended the show when Rick left, and those 5 episodes feel like an epilogue to like the show. Like it
I
feels
don't know. It feels weird.
well, you want to know why? Because you can he's trying to build something. He's trying to the village is meant to
Yeah.
bring together everybody.
Yeah.
It's a bridge. It's not that hard, to put that together. You know what I mean? Like it's a metaphor.
Mm.
And
Yes.
that's like his last thing to do to make Carl's dream happen in his head. And
Mm.
you've taken out Negan. That's the big threat. He's in the cell. There's really like no villain to it. And
Yeah.
when it ends, you could easily just that could be it, and then you could just go watch the Rick Grimes post credit scene and then the Rick Grimes show.
Yeah, that's true. You could
And
kind of skip everything in between.
the only context you would miss is Michonne's episode, and it's not really that hard to figure
Yeah.
out she's gonna go look for her husband.
Yeah.
But you just wouldn't know Rick has another son, which isn't that big of a deal. He doesn't really do anything in the show.
Damn, Rick has another son. Oh, yeah, with Michonne, right?
Yeah, RJ Rick
Yeah.
Jr.
Rick
I
Jr.
feel like every time I tell you that, it's a
That's
shock.
so cute. I forget every time. Literally every time.
It's all right. Everybody who watches the show forgets he exists till he shows up.
That's weird.
Um, but yeah, like I think that could have been the last episode. That could have been that's a more satisfying end to The Walking Dead than the actual Walking Dead finale.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Judith, it's kind of cool beans in that episode. Like after the time jump, where she's like,
Yeah, she's only cool there.
"That's it." I was gonna ask if she was that cool all the time.
She's all right, but there's just not enough of
Oh,
her. But the more you get of her, the
okay,
more I remember being like, all right, you know.
okay,
It was one of those things where I'm like,
mm,
this is that's just my opinion though, and I
okay.
will get crucified for that. But
No, your opinion is
Judith
valid.
Judith can't sustain the show, and they try to make everybody else do the legwork, and it's just not
Because
there.
isn't she supposed to be like Carl? Like that's the vibe,
Uh,
I guess.
yeah, she's the new Carl.
She's like taking Carl's place for the end.
And what did you think of the new characters they introduced at the end?
Weird.
Your buddy from Fantastic Beasts.
I know. Jacob Kowalski, whatever the fuck his name is, my baker buddy.
Yep, he
It was
is.
weird.
Yeah, he's a musician.
Of course, he's an
Yeah,
artsy guy.
yeah.
Everywhere, he's an artsy guy.
Um,
Oh man.
I don't know. I think that's kind of all. That again, that's like I don't know. The possibilities you had with the show really be. This is where they become deflated in terms of what you could have done with Rick Grimes as the leader.
Mm,
Because you single-handedly
yeah.
just took the main character out of the show and tried to keep the show going.
Yeah.
It's like
I
they
don't
they
know.
just plucked him out of it and then went, let's see if they can do it. But the problem is there's no
Yeah.
main character, there's no point of view character anymore, and now it's just everybody's kind of doing everything,
Yeah, which is weird. It's a weird vibe.
which makes it feel kind of aimless.
Yeah. I don't know. Those first five episodes were just like it, like you said, it felt like a completely different show because they were like in such a different place.
It felt like one of those things where when like so you know how like a show will end like Dexter and then come back.
Yes, that's what it
That's what
felt
those
like.
5 episodes feel like.
It was giving Dexter New Blood vibes.
That's exactly what those 5 episodes feel like. And then they do it again like at the end of that. They do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Which like
Only
why
they go
okay.
harder. It's like it's literally like they did that. They did it's like Dexter ending. Then season 9 episodes 1 through 5 are like Dexter New Blood, and then
Mm.
the next and then the rest of the show on is like a Harrison show.
I was
That
just
that
gonna say
that's
that.
what it is.
I hate that. I
It's like
hate that vibe.
it's like they built a sequel show into the show
Mm.
after doing
Yeah.
a revival and it being a hit.
That's I okay. That actually makes so much sense when you say it like that.
I was
So
gonna
I love
call it
Dexter.
Walking Dead: The Next Generation because that's what
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
basically
That's what it
that's
is.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like it's literally like the Negan stuff is Endgame, but nobody died and everybody stuck around.
Yeah. It's so weird.
That's what
Okay.
those episodes are. And then it deflate
Yeah.
ends. And then it just there's your new Avengers. Just here's all of them. But
Yeah,
here's some
all
of
of
the
them at
old
the same
ones.
time.
Here's some of the old
Yeah, that
ones.
are still here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
Ew. Ugh. Okay. When you say it like that, it's like ugh,
You
you
could
know?
watch it as a separate show and just
Mm.
be like, oh, Michonne's here. Oh, Daryl's here. Like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like in these initial 2 episodes I saw, that's what it feels like. Like they pop up. Like they slowly reveal where they've been at. And they just kind of
Yeah.
pop up at different points.
Is Carol still there with
Oh yeah,
what's his face?
she's got long white hair now and she's an archer.
Oh, okay, Queen. Period.
Yeah, she's still with Henry.
Yeah.
Henry calls
Did
her
they get
mom now.
married?
No, Henry's the boy, the little boy.
Oh wait. No, but like is
She
she
did
still
marry the
with
king.
the king? Yeah. Did she marry him? She married him for
She did
real.
marry. When he took out the ring
She
and she
said
went, "Put
yes.
that thing away."
She literally was like, put that away. Like, don't, no,
Not, we're not doing this here.
not here.
You can read
Like,
me your speech in
no.
private.
Yeah. I love that for her.
Also,
Henry's the boy. I forgot.
you want to know what's weird though?
Hmm.
Rick Grimes must have really potent semen to walk in the room and be like, "I have plans for the future," and then instantly just come in her, and then that's it. Because he's
That was
gone after that.
beautiful.
He's gone after that. It was like
Yep.
one shot, one kill,
Yep.
straight up, and then gone. He has never met that
Yep.
boy.
Poof, gone.
Rick Grimes
He's
has never
never
met.
met that boy.
He'll never.
Oh my
He will
God,
only
that's
meet that boy
so
if they go. If
true.
he makes it back in the end.
Is that just like up for debate? Like if you make like there's no
We don't know because this is vastly different than like the comic. In the comic,
right.
Rick is around the
So
entire time, and then in
yeah.
the second to last issue, Rick is shot in his bed, and Carl finds him as a zombie and shoots him in the head.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
So Rick is around the entire time in the comics, but also in the comics, Rick is with Andrea,
Oh yes. I do know that.
and
Which
also
is weird vibes.
in the comic, during the governor prison fight, Lori and Judith are shot and killed with the same bullet. Like it goes
So there is
through.
no Judith.
So there is no Judith in the book.
Wow. They really said, fuck the book. We're just gonna do what we want.
I think it was interesting to keep Judith, but I don't think it
Hmm.
was interesting to make her the main character.
No, I don't think so either, but
What's Yeah, that's kind of it.
so okay. The spin-off shows are of Maggie and
Daryl.
Negan. Daryl? There's another one for Daryl? Okay. How many
There's
are there?
there's three. There's
Three. And
three
then
of
the
the
Rick
main
one.
cast,
Yeah.
and
And
then
they have
there's
the
some
Rick
other
one
one they're
while
doing.
he's
The Rick one takes place at the end of the show because Michonne, or it takes place during season 11 because Michonne
like
isn't
while he's
there.
in that weird ass place.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm sure we'll see flashbacks to the 6 years he was gone. By the end of the show, it's 8 years. By the end,
Hmm.
like the 8 years he's gone. But I wonder if
Hmm.
while season 11 is taking place, that's when the Rick show is taking place. But if that
Mm.
were the case, you could have had Rick Grimes in the finale in like a real way, not a flashback. Because that Rick scene is a flashback.
Yeah.
Because in the Michonne
Of
episode,
him
yeah, so that scene of Rick,
on the beach or whatever.
yeah. So
That's a flashback.
let me explain. So
Yeah, explain, please.
In the Michonne final episode, she finds
Hmm.
Rick's boots and the phone with Michonne and Judith that he drew.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
We
okay.
don't know who found the bottle. The bottle is a new thing. The bottle note is a new thing.
Okay.
But the phone and the boots were in the boat. She found the boat, and that's how she found out Rick was alive. And that's why she leaves to go
Oh,
look for Rick. So that's how those things got there, which makes it a flashback to season 10.
okay, because he has
Because that
okay,
takes place
got
before
it.
her departed episode.
Right.
So we still haven't seen Rick Grimes in present day.
Oh, that's and they ended the show that way? Fuck.
Because they really just wanted to
That's
get a
so
Rick Grimes
confusing.
cameo. But a more satisfying thing
Yeah.
to do would be to set
Mm,
the show, the Rick show during season 11, and you could have had him in the
mm.
finale
Yeah.
in like a real way, like him with Daryl.
Like an act
But then you wouldn't
yeah,
have
like
the
him
Daryl show.
back.
Don't ask me
That's
how Daryl's
true.
going to get to France. I do not know. Don't He's going out to look for
Yeah,
Rick.
that
I do not know one logistically how the fuck he's getting to France from
apparently
Virginia.
somebody knows how to fly a plane still. You can get him
I don't
over
know where you're
there.
going to get the fuel from that.
I don't either.
And
Logistically, it makes no sense.
what leads him there if he's literally in fucking Philadelphia?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
He's like 3 states over. He's not that far.
Yeah, I don't know. None of it makes a lot of sense to me, I think.
And the Maggie and Negan one takes place in Manhattan, which I think
What? So
I think that's a cool setting, which I didn't bring
that
up.
is a cool setting. Um, does Maggie come back by the end of the show or no?
Maggie's in all Maggie's in a couple episodes of season 10, I think, or 1,
Okay.
and she's in all of season 11.
Okay, so she's back by then. And then her and Negan like go off and do their own thing in
Yeah, she's gone for like a
Manhattan, and
season and a
that's
half.
oh, okay. But she does come okay. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, she's only gone for like a season and a half because she went to go do a
Yeah.
different show
Okay, Queen. Word.
that failed after 1 season, so she came back.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just stating the obvious here. It was canceled
oh,
after 1 season, and then she's magically back on The Walking Dead.
yeah. She said, I'm gonna try something else. And it didn't work.
No,
That's okay.
so I do think rewatching that episode really made me more interested in just the Rick Grimes show.
I think just watching the 5 episodes and then the little clip of him at the end was enough for me to be interested.
Well, like we didn't even talk about this, but like Jadis, the A's and the B's.
Yeah.
I've explained to you what an A and a B is. An A is a freshly bitten
Yes.
person. So
And a
this
B is like a
community,
worker.
the CRM, is like a military group who are
Mm.
experimenting to like make a cure. This is what I've seen from brief, like a 20
Yeah.
minute video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, basically, an A is a freshly bitten person who they can
Mm.
experiment on before they turn or as they turn.
Yeah.
A B is a worker, like somebody who will do
Yeah.
like slave labor.
Which is
And
just like, what?
Jadis can only leave with an A. That's what they
Yeah.
said. But she saw Rick hurt and saved his life, saying he was a B. Apparently, recently it was discovered Rick was an A, but didn't turn or something. I don't know.
That
Rick.
makes absolutely no sense.
Well, you want to know what's weird? If that applied, then Carl wouldn't have turned.
Yes and no.
No, Carl wouldn't have turned. He has Rick Grimes' blood. If Rick didn't turn from being bit, Carl wouldn't have turned from being bit either.
Yeah, but he also Lori.
Lori
He
sucks
has
balls.
half and half, man.
Yeah,
He's
but
not like a carbon copy of Rick Grimes.
nobody has. He probably has the same genetic makeup from the
I
dominant
mean, probably,
gene
but
of Rick.
yeah, but is being immune to that a dominant gene or a recessive gene? That's the question.
Yeah, but regardless,
Mm-hmm.
you could have played with that, and it'd be fucked up if that is the case, and Carl shot himself before he turned.
That's fucked up. No, I don't want
You
to
know
think
what I
about it like
mean?
that.
Like that would have been fucked up with the possibility Carl wouldn't have died.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up.
So the show will be like it's supposed to be 6 episodes only, which I'm very excited
The
about.
which one?
The
The
Rick
Rick
Grimes one.
show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll wrap up in 6 episodes. That's it.
Very nice.
We all know how it has to end, unfortunately.
Mm.
Or we don't, and Rick dies.
Or we don't. We have no idea. They're so far off book now.
Well, I'm
Who
gonna
even
tell you
knows?
there's only 2 options. Either he goes home to his family or he dies, because that's who Rick Grimes is.
Yeah, true. True that.
There's no other option. Rick would not be free and not go see his family.
Yeah.
So if they do that, that'll be the
Mm.
dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I will be very upset with The Walking Dead.
What if he goes back to his family? Or if
No,
they kill him?
if they kept him alive, but he didn't go home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be so unsatisfying. That would be
That would
so
be the
annoying.
dumbest shit ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's it for Walking Dead. Like that's what I got.
Yeah.
Um, will you continue to watch? I know you haven't yet.
Probably not. If I
I th-
haven't yet, then I won't.
I will
I'm
say
so bad with commitment in shows.
I think the whispers would would keep you interested
Yeah.
for sure. Did you watch that clip I sent you of Jesus?
Yeah.
That was neat.
That was neat.
So I think it would keep you interested.
I don't know. I'm so bad with shows. I'm still trying to finish What We Do in the Shadows. Like I just got to season 4.
Yeah, you still
We
got to get
started
to
that
Better
in
Call
like what,
Saul.
September? I'm not getting to that.
Oh, cool. So you're just not going to
That's not
watch the best
happening.
show on television?
Well, okay, I really needed a break from Breaking Bad because it took me so long to get
Yeah,
through it, and
bitch.
the episodes were so long. I just needed a break. I needed a refresher. And that's what I was trying to do with What We Do in the Shadows, but I still haven't finished that.
And
So,
that just went too far off the reservation for you.
like, I just have commitment issues. What can I say?
All right, fine. Do you want to move on?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just going to call this the recommendation section, I think, because we
Mm,
already talked about this. And that way you can throw on whatever you want.
okay.
So I rewatched because Glass Onion went to Netflix. I rewatched it.
Yes. Oh, fiddlesticks.
And I bet some of you, mostly Sam, are wondering if it's going to stay at the top of my letterbox
Oh, yes. I'm so
as number
curious.
one, or if Top Gun's going to pass it. Tell you the truth, I do not know. I just got my top copy of Top Gun Maverick for Christmas.
Mm.
So I do not know. But right now, no. It is
You'll
at the
have to
top.
update everybody.
Well, that's what next week's for.
That's crazy.
Because next week is
Yeah.
best and worst of the year. I've also
Hmm.
decided we're going to include television shows. So here's your memo, Sam.
We're including television shows
Yeah, we're going to do top 10 movies, top worst movies, top, and just best shows. Just 5 recommendations for shows
that came out this year or we've watched this year.
that we watched this year. We'll make it easy. We did watch a
Okay.
lot that came out in 2022 in terms of shows this year.
I watched a lot of like limited series and stuff this year, I will say.
Yeah, so those are all included because
Yeah.
they came out in
Okay.
2022.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, so that's next week because it'll be the first week
Word.
of
Thanks for the
January.
memo.
Yeah, that'll be the first week
That's
of
weird.
January.
Ew. Okay. Word.
Um, okay, so Glass Onion,
Yeah.
still fantastic. Daniel Craig's little fits, bro. They're much better than I
I love
remember.
that
They're
gay man.
insane.
I love him.
Rewatching it though, and you can see the twist
Mm.
coming. There's a lot of hidden
Hmm.
layers that are right in front of your face. It's
That,
worth a
see,
second go.
yeah. I was wondering if like because you're so like oblivious the first time you watch it because you don't realize what's happening that if you know like the second time you watch it if you can like blatantly see it in front of you and then you feel really stupid about it.
So the glass was
Hmm.
actually shot the way it actually happens. It was not filmed one way and shown that way. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So it was
Hmm.
filmed with him handing him the glass. Like I paid attention to it.
Yeah.
So it was filmed with him handing him the glass, and that's what you see as the scene takes place. And then when he's retelling
Yeah.
it and that he picked it up, it's just a random new scene. It's just a reshoot where they
Yes.
did it that way.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I thought. Oh,
Benoit
yeah.
Blanc's acting for being overwhelmed, knowing it's a bit the entire time, makes it so much funnier.
Yeah.
Him knowing it's a bit is
Hmm.
and him like tricking them, even though they're all so full of themselves, they probably wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah.
makes it 10 times funnier because he's kind of doing it for nothing.
Mm.
Because his true nature still kind of peeks out, especially when
Yeah.
he's talking to fake Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It shows with him, but I bet if he had shown it in front of everybody else, it really wouldn't have mattered, and everyone would have looked at him like he was crazy because they're so full of
Probably.
themselves that they think he will never figure anything out ever.
Yeah.
And the way they all wear masks really tells you who they are
Oh,
before
absolutely.
you actually get to know them, because once you get to know them, the way they wear their masks is exactly like is that like the way Catherine Hahn wears hers, where it's like over her nose, and
Oh,
how
it's just kind of like sitting
she's
there.
kind of like doing things because she has to, not because she believes them.
Mm. Yeah.
Like going on the trip in the middle of COVID, and her kind of just signing things over to whatever fucking fake Elon Musk
Hmm.
wants.
Yeah.
Like she's a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Duke not
Well,
doing
she's a
it.
politician.
Yeah, exactly. And it symbolizes it. Duke not
Yeah.
wearing one symbolizes him literally blackmailing him in front of everybody and then being killed.
Yeah. I think he was just, yeah.
Um, and then you have the cloth one because she was an idiot. Not the cloth one, like the linen one.
What are you talking about?
The model wears,
Oh, the
like
one
the
that's
mesh
literally just
one.
like a chain.
Yeah, the
It's
mesh
just like a
one.
chain. It was inspired by Lana Del Rey. Let's talk about it.
But it's like she's an idiot. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all there is
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. She just doesn't want to wear a mask and she thinks it's cute. She's like, I have to wear one. Let me wear
The
this
only
one.
other person that wears one properly besides Benoit is the scientist dude, from what I remember,
Yeah.
because he's a scientist.
And what's her face? The twin. Doesn't she wear it the right way? I don't even know. I can't
Oh, the
remember.
twin, yeah, she does.
Yeah. Which I when we were watching that, I was a little worried about Janelle Monáe because I was like, girl, you're acting. What's happening here? And then when everything's revealed, I was like, oh, okay, no, that makes
You're a much
sense.
better actor than I thought.
Yeah. At
You want
first
to
I
know
was worried for her.
what's strange that really secures the Elon Musk thing?
Mm.
When they show up to when they're about to go on the island, and they make them breathe in the gun thing, and then they just go, "You're
Yeah. You're good. Yeah. What's his
he,
face?
yeah," and he's like, and then Benoit was like, "So like, what is this? Like, is it a
He's like, you're good.
disinfectant? Is it like a antibiotic?"
You're
He's,
good.
and he's like, "You're good."
You're
And
good.
that.
That's it.
He's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Which is kind of how everyone reacts to Elon, especially with
Yes.
Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay. All right.
And the mystery is still good. Even it's not as much of a mystery as the other one. Like it's not Clue. The other one was straight up Clue.
No, the other one was straight up Clue.
Knowing what it is, I don't know if it's better. I think it's on par with the first one. I used to say it wasn't. Like I thought it was
Hmm.
not as good, but it's still really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's on par, and I can't really compare them because they're two entirely different types of mysteries.
Yeah.
One is more, he leaned more into the satire part of Knives Out in this one than Knives Out does.
Yeah. He said, fuck the rich.
He's always been saying fuck the rich as a rich man himself.
I know, but
As a rich white man.
fuck people who are richer than me, he said.
Yeah,
Elon
pretty much.
Musk. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's about it. That's Knives Out. Glass Onion. None of
Very
us have
nice.
seen Avatar yet. I'm going tomorrow.
No. My mom and I tried to go last week, but apparently the theater was closed, even though online we could have bought tickets. It was very embarrassing, but I will get there.
What else did you watch this week?
I watched Triangle of Sadness the other day,
Please explain. I
and
don't
I
know.
had no idea what it was about, but I heard it was really good. And it's just like, I don't know if I want to say that it's satire per se, but it's basically about this couple. They're both models and like influencers. And they get this like cruise for free with all these rich people. And it's just kind of that. And then the boat crashes on this island and they all have to like survive.
Hmm.
I don't want to say too much because it would give it away, like some of the good parts of the movie, but some of it's actually really funny. But if you get seasick, I think you will relate to this movie. There's a whole scene where everybody gets massively seasick. Woody Harrelson's in it.
Oh, what a guy.
He plays the captain of the cruise ship, and he's really funny. But it was a good movie. I had no idea what it was about before I watched it. I just heard it was good. And I watched it. And it was very good.
That's funny.
So I recommend, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just leave it at that.
What else have you watched? Anything else fun?
No, I think that was it. I tried to watch the Polar Express on Christmas, but I only got halfway through it before I was interrupted. So that's an oversight on my part.
I saw it 1.5 times.
1.5? I thought it was like 3.
No, I watched it 1.5 times. He watched it 4.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Love that for you. You know, I'll recommend something else.
what?
That's a game and not a movie.
Oh,
I got a
well,
Switch and I'm playing the Bratz game, Flaunt Your Fashion. I think that's what it's called. I don't really know, to be honest. I might be wrong. But it's really fun. Highly recommend.
highly recommend.
Highly recommend. You can change your outfit and
Don't
your
talk about the
makeup.
other game we got, huh?
What, Lego Star Wars?
Yeah.
I'm pretty deep into that actually. I've been playing it more than Bratz, but
Did you
there's
know
more to do.
the original working title of Star Wars in 1977 was actually Blue Harvest?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't? You're a liar.
Yeah, you've
You're a
said it like the
liar.
last 3 podcasts. So
Well,
it's kind
Blue
of
Harvest.
awkward.
Well,
Yeah.
you see that wall behind me? You see the wall behind me?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It's blue.
Yes.
Outside my window, you can see grass where you harvest things, making the original
You
working
don't
title of my life Blue Harvest.
I don't think you harvest grass, but
You can plant
that
crops
sounds
and
good.
harvest them. They're soil.
Cromps. Is that what you said?
Crops. I've been watching too much Walking Dead.
Sounds good.
This has been another episode of Add That to the List.
Yeah.
Episode 5. We've been here 5 weeks.
That's crazy. I have a hard time with committing to things, so this is saying a lot.
Next week's a big episode.
I know I'm gonna have to like super prepare for that. I
And
need to
then
justify all of my choices.
and I was like, maybe we'll take a week off after, but I'm like, no, I'm sure there's something. We
I'm
got
sure
some
there'll be
we
something.
got we got some
By then,
similar.
I'll have seen Avatar and we can talk about it then.
Yeah, because I'll have some shit to say about Jake Smelly.
I always have shit to say about Jake Smelly. Fuck
Well,
that guy.
save it for another episode. Okay.
I am. I'm just saying.
Okay, bye everyone.
Oh, okay, bye.